Y'all, this episode was a little intense. Yeah. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be giving a review of the third episode of Basketball Wives. So we're just gonna go ahead and get right into that. So we start with Angel. Her and Rockstar on a break. They kind of hinted at that the last episode. She's throwing herself into her work to kind of distract from everything going on in her personal life. And I can relate to that. I do that when I'm going through things in my personal life. I just throw myself into my work. But it does help you take your mind off of things, and sometimes you can be very productive and get a lot of stuff done. That's why, like, sometimes when these artists go through breakups and things, the fans are excited because they know they're gonna get a good album. It's kind of messed up, but sometimes you produce your best work, like when you're going through things. Angel seems to have a lot going on. She said she just signed a deal with the NBA. Something happened with her store, it flooded or something. She's pregnant, she's arguing with Rockstar. She has a lot going on. She's talking to Jackie about how she's sick of arguing with him and she wants to work on her communication. And in the midst of them having that conversation, he walks in with flowers. She seems very excited to see him, and she says that she feels like they're soulmates, which I'm kind of confused because last episode she said she felt like he was a narcissist. So my question is, if you truly feel like he's a narcissist, why are you actively trying to work on this relationship? And if you don't feel that way, why did you say that? Because that's a pretty serious claim. Like, you can't just be out here throwing around words because you mad. Like, calling somebody a narcissist is a pretty big deal. So hopefully she wasn't just saying that because she was mad, because if she was, then that's horrible. You shouldn't just fly off at the handle of the mouth like that when you're upset, because there's gonna be a time where you're gonna say something that you can't take back. But on the other side, if she does feel that way, she truly feels like he's a narcissist, why are you trying to work it out with him? I don't understand. So next is British. We finally see more of her. They're talking about how she co-parents with Lorenzo. He lives in St. Louis and she lives in LA. So her mom actually goes back and forth between the two to help both of them co-parent, which, shout out to mom, because I don't know too many moms that would do that. She's ready to start dating, but she doesn't want Lorenzo to harass her dates. I cannot stand when men do that. You don't want her, but you don't want anybody else to have her. Like, that is just so messed up. This whole scene just kind of irritated me. That's not cool. It seems like he just gives her a hard time just because they broke up. And I don't get it. Like, you had her and you didn't want her. So why can't she move on and go find her love? Like, why are you gonna give her a hard time? And that sucks because she doesn't want to date for the simple fact that she knows that he's gonna make her life difficult. And that sucks because I'm pretty sure he's talking to all of his girls and she's not bothering him. So why are you bothering her? So the next scene is with Brandi, Jackie, British, and Duffy. They're out eating, and Duffy mentions that she's gonna have a meat market mixer to help the ladies meet some men. She feels like she's a pretty good matchmaker, and she tries to match British with the guy that they saw out, but to be honest, like, I didn't think he was that cute. But to each his own. Jackie feels like British and Lorenzo should be together because they love each other. I don't understand that. He's cheated multiple times. He's been cheating since we knew them. If y'all remember the first time they came on, she was the one who was like, he can cheat or whatever. He better not let me know or something like. And then at the reunion, he bought her a bigger ring because he got caught cheating or something, right? So I don't really understand why Jackie is going so hard for that. I think that British can do better. The next scene is Malaysia and her kids. She has them, she's bringing them home with her, and she's basically just talking about everything that she has going on, the co-parenting, the businesses, trying to be a full-time mom and now a business owner. And she just doesn't have time for Brandi once again. Then we go to Jennifer, Jackie, and Angel. They go to see a psychic or a medium, or I don't really know what that person's title was, but it was something along the lines of that. They are going to support Jennifer because her dog died, which is very unfortunate. I remember seeing that dog since pretty much the first season of Basketball Wives, and she said she had a dog for 17 years. So yeah, we've seen that dog with her the entire time. That really sucks. Dogs are like children, so I'm sure that was really hard for her. And it was probably even worse that the dog got sick on Mother's Day because Jennifer's mom died. So on top of her like probably grieving because she didn't have her mom, now she has to worry about her sick dog that eventually passed away. So that really sucks. Jennifer has been going through a lot. I feel really bad for her. The psychic mentions that someone will give her a ring soon, and if that's true, then she really does deserve it. For me, like, the psychic medium thing, I don't know. I've never been to a psychic, or I've never asked anybody to like see my future, or I've never even done the tarot thing with the cards. But I've seen instances where they give people predictions and they do come to pass. So I kind of feel like it only works like if you allow it to. Like if you open yourself to that spirit and that energy, then it probably does work for you. But for people who don't believe in it, I don't think that it will work for them. So I mean, I don't know. We'll see if Jennifer gets a ring. So next, British and Lorenzo meet up to discuss dating boundaries. Lorenzo brings multiple women around their daughter, but doesn't want British to bring anyone around. That's just a double standard. I just don't like Lorenzo, and I'm seriously irritated with this whole situation. I don't understand why Jackie wants them to be together so bad. He seems very controlling. It seems like he thinks that she is pretty much nothing without him. And I just really hope that she does not go back. Like, prove him wrong, sis, because he really thinks that you can't make it without him. So British, don't go back. Prove him wrong. So next, Brooke and Jackie take Jennifer to get a V-steam for this meat market mixer. Jennifer says that she wants to get married again, and she deserves it, honey. Jennifer deserves it. She has had quite the dating history. First with Eric, who I could not stand Eric. When he threw that drink in her face, I wanted to come through the screen. Like, I almost teared up. I could not believe like, if I was Jennifer, I would have threw the glass, the table, the fork, the plate. I would have threw everything. I probably would have tried to stab him with that fork. Like, that is insane. Ugh. I'm still mad about it because that's just crazy. That's so disrespectful. And yes, she did throw a drink at him first, but the way he came back and did it with all of that force, and like he was like this close to her face. Like, if he threw a drink back from a distance, it would have been like, okay, girl, like, you threw the drink first, he threw it back, okay. But he was like super close to her face. It was really disrespectful. But yeah, Jennifer hasn't had the best dating history. And then after that, she was with some guy who she ended up in court over, and then after that she said she was with the guy who stole her car. So Jennifer, I hope you find somebody for you. So next we go to Malaysia and Zell, which we're probably going to see a lot more of Zell since Malaysia doesn't have any friends. I was just hoping that he didn't get too involved, which we're gonna see later that he obviously does. They're talking about Brandi, of course. And Brandi and Zell, they had a friendship, but they fell out. And they had fell out, but then Brandi reached out to him and tried to meet up or something, which I think is kind of weird, because you gonna reach out to him, but you can't reach out to Malaysia. You know they cool, and you know he gonna tell her. Like, were you doing that to get under her skin, or like, what was the point? And I know I keep saying this, but I just do not agree with Brandi at all. I don't agree with how she's handling this. Like, that was really messy. And it's really crazy because coming into this season, like when I first heard that Malaysia and Brandi were beefing, I thought that I was gonna be team Brandi, because from what I saw Brandi last, she told Shani off and she spoke up for everybody, and I respected that. And I didn't respect how Malaysia sat there quietly and then teamed up with the same girls that didn't even like them to begin with. So I thought coming into this, I was gonna be on Brandi's side, but looking at how it played out, how she keeps pressing her, I don't know. I'm not feeling Brandi. So next is the meat mixer. This is the last scene. It goes down at the meat mixer. Like, this mixer was intense. It was a lot going on. So first, British admits that somebody hopped into her DMs and said that she was married to Lorenzo, which I'm kind of with Jackie. I don't really believe that, but if that's true, then that's crazy, because you doing all of this and you trying to, oh, you'll come back to me and you can't see this person the whole time you married. But again, like, I don't believe that. Angel and Rockstar walk in together, so I'm guessing they worked things out. They seemed happy, and that's good for her. But I'm kind of with Duffy. I hope she didn't just settle just because she was pregnant, because of all of the stuff that she said. Like, I just can't get over the fact that you said this man was a narcissist, but you're still trying to be with him, girl. Like, it doesn't make sense. So I pretty much agree with Duffy. I pretty much agree with everything Duffy has been saying this season. Her commentary has been on point. Jackie tells Brooke that she invited Lorenzo. For what? What was the purpose? I really don't know why she so badly wants them to be together. They just didn't seem like a good couple to me. So then the mixer starts and the guys start walking in. And the girls are living for, you know, fanning themselves, giving out cards, and Jennifer is not impressed. And I'm with her, because those men, they were not impressive. So I was with Jennifer, like, And then this guy walks in who I'm pretty sure was on Love and Hip Hop. It was the white guy with the long hair. I believe he was on Hollywood, and he was dating the model. That model, what's that model's name? Let me look her. Hold on. Slick Woods. He was dating Slick Woods. He was on Love. I remember that. So it was kind of weird to see him there. I don't know if he was like clout chasing, trying to get some camera time, or what. But I highly doubt any of them are gonna call you back, sir. So then finally a guy walks in that catches Jennifer's eye. We've seen this guy in the trailer. This is the guy that I was talking about in my last video where I said Jennifer low-key stay with a man. So maybe this is gonna go somewhere. Then finally Lorenzo shows up, thanks to Jackie Christie. She feels like they should be together because they love each other. And honestly, like, that's not a good reason. Love is not enough, especially with all of the disrespect and everything that they've been through. Like, you can't just say, oh, he loves you, let's be together. Like, that's not enough, Jackie. And then on top of that, he didn't even say he was in love with her. He said he has love for her. That is completely different. So British, keep moving forward and do not look back. I feel like the problem is he thinks that he created British and that she pretty much can't survive without him. Like, everything that he was saying, like, oh, I met you when you were working at the Boys and Girls Club and I took you here and I took you there. Like, that's why I don't feel like Duffy should quit DJing, because I feel like women should have their own hustle, have their own money, because when you let a man take care of you and do everything for you, they're gonna throw that in your face, like now. So British told him off, rightfully so, and after that I would have cussed Jackie out too, because you shouldn't have done that. Then Malaysia walks in. She walks in a better mood, probably because she has Zell with her to have her back. Brandi gets all tense, and Jennifer gets tense too, because if you guys watched previous seasons, when she had her issues with when Malaysia had her issues with Jennifer, she brought Zell to, I think it was a play or something, and he just had so much to say about her, like her breath stinks and all of this stuff, and you don't even know her. Like, okay, you're having your friends back, but you don't know her. So he says that Jennifer hasn't blocked, as she should, and then he tries to apologize, and she's pretty much paying him dust, as she should. Go get your moment somewhere else. So then Malaysia and Zell walk away, and they all talk about how they felt like Malaysia just brought him around to be messy and create drama. And I kind of feel I don't know, I kind of agree and I kind of disagree. On one hand, I feel like she brought him because she doesn't have anybody else. Like, she doesn't currently have any other friends at the moment. On the other hand, I feel like she brought him because she know he beefing with Brandi and she beefing with Brandi. So if she start arguing with Brandi, she's not alone. So British feels like she needs to go over and tell Malaysia that they said that. I don't know why she felt like she needed to run back and say that. That was kind of messy of her. But then Malaysia goes back over and tells Jennifer, no, you know, I didn't bring him here to ruffle your feathers. That's not, I didn't think she did that, because her and Jennifer seem to be in a good space. So I don't see why she would do that to Jennifer. I feel like she probably bought him to ruffle Brandi's feathers more than anything. Of course, Brandi chimes in. Of course she does. She can't help herself. And Malaysia was not for it today. Now, if we go back to the first episode, she was all, you know, I'm drained. I don't have it in me. I just don't have it in me. But today it's like, nuck if you buck. And I'm trying to figure out if that energy is because she got back up with her now or what. Because just a few episodes ago, she was all drained and not with it and not, she ain't got it for Brandi. She just don't want to talk to her. But now you got all this energy. I don't know. The energy shift was just weird. I understand that you're probably fed up of her picking with you, but I don't know. Part of me feels like she only got buck because she has Zell, and that's just how I feel. So they start going at it. They start putting hands in each other's faces, and they're really getting really close. You could tell that they still kind of have that respect where they don't want to put their hands on each other, but they're getting really close in each other's faces. So Malaysia walks away and Duffy goes over to talk to Malaysia, and they talk about how she's lying about the whole Zell issue and how they really don't have any issues because Brandi reached out to him and tried to meet up with him. And I kind of agree with that. Like, if Brandi said that they fell out and he started talking about their family and stuff, he started talking about her family and saying some disrespectful stuff, and that may have been true, but like, if you just recently DM'd him trying to link up, then you can't bring that up no more because you're trying to link up and move past it. So you can't be acting like y'all fell out. So I kind of see where Malaysia is coming from with that. Finally, we finally get to the root of the issue, which most fans were speculating that was the issue anyway. So Malaysia and Brandi fell out because when Brandi got fired, she felt like Malaysia didn't have her back. I kind of agree with that to an extent, because I feel like Brandi got fired because she was trying to speak up for everybody. When the Miami girls came over, they called the LA girls childish. Oh, y'all are arguing about stupid stuff. We don't do this in Miami, and you trying to compare the two, belittling them. And Malaysia didn't like all of that stuff, but I felt like nobody wanted to speak up to them because they were all scared of Shawnee, and Brandi was the only one bold enough to stand up and speak up for all of them. So if I'm putting my job on the line to defend all of us, and I end up losing my job defending us and demanding respect for us, and then you turn around and get buddy with these girls when I'm gone, I'm gonna feel a type of way. So I completely understand why Brandi wanted nothing to do with Malaysia after that. We all felt like when Brandi left, Malaysia turned into somebody completely different. She started kissing up to the girls, jumping in with them, bullying people. She did try to bring Brandi around for a couple of scenes and film with her. She did, but at the same time, like, you befriended them and they didn't even like you. Shawnee told you didn't have any substance. So I kind of agree with Brandi on that. I didn't like how Malaysia kind of teamed up with them when Brandi got fired either. So now we finally know why. Malaysia feels like, no, you got fired because you didn't keep your mouth shut and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, but she was sticking up for y'all. Like, the scene where Brandi got fired and she got up and left, Malaysia didn't get up and leave with her. She sat there. So she never had her back from jump. Yeah, you did try to get her back on the show, but you never really had her back with that whole situation, for real. So I can understand why Brandi would feel some type of way about that. So now that we've gotten to the root of the issue, that kind of changes things. I understand Brandi's frustrations, but I just don't agree with how she's doing it. I still don't agree. Like, I will never agree with trying to force somebody to have a conversation with you that does not want to have a conversation. If she don't want to talk, she don't want to talk. So the episode ends there. They show the previews for the next episode, and we see Jen and this guy talking a little bit more. Again, I saw bits of him in the trailer, so they'll probably be seeing each other a little more. Excited to see where that goes. Is it just me, or do he look like... I'm not trying to be messy, but he looked like Nene Newman a little bit. We also see British confronting Jackie, finally telling her to butt out of my relationship. I don't want to be with this dude. Mind your business. I'm with British. Jackie, mind your business. And then we see Brooke and one of the Dorsey sisters having an issue because I don't even know which one it was. It was either Nia, and I don't even know the other one's name. So I don't know. Either way, Brooke was confronting one of them about something that she posted on social media about Angel. And I guess that's where that tension starts, because we also saw something in the trailer with one of the sisters getting into it with, I don't know, was it Brooke or Duffy? I don't know. I really don't remember, because I just don't understand why they're there. I don't even know which sister Brooke was talking to. Those are my thoughts on this episode. This was a good episode. So those are my thoughts, and I will see you guys next week.